Hi folks, I'm just going to do a little video, just a quick one, on how useful I find my We Are Memory Keepers stamping positioning pad. Now it comes with two magnets, comes out, and I like to put, as you can see, I like to put washi tape on them because they're so strong. That's what happens, and if you haven't got them attached, like something like that, then when they do that, it's a so-and-so to get them apart. Whereas if you put some washi tape on them, it's much easier when that happens, because let's face it, it generally does happen, because you can see how that's actually trying to actually go there. I get that far and it's like, so they are so strong, these magnets, so you have to be very careful. So it comes with a pad there, little rubber mat, which you can use for stamp, helps to when you're using stamps without any foam backings on them. And what I like to do is I've just cut a bog standard piece of white paper and I've just popped that in there, and I have put some repositionable glue on the back of it, because I'm a mucky worker sometimes, and I don't want this to get too dirty and make the back of my cards dirty. So I've been making these Christmas cards, and it's from, I've batch stamped these, and then I've actually painted them, hand painted them, and I wanted to put a greeting on the inside. So that's the card, oops, and that's the greeting, and it's just, I wanted to do it very quickly. So basically I batch stamped the flower and the greeting, Merry Christmas, and then I actually put the embossing powder all over them, and then I did a batch of and once you've got the embossing powder on the ink, it stays there for quite some time. So I did that, was careful where I put them, and did a few at a time to heat set them to get the gloss. Now I'm just doing a basic black Happy Holidays insert. This was a fabulous find. I had this in a magazine, and it's called Christmas Florals, and it was a wonderful free, well, it wasn't free because the magazine wasn't that cheap, but obviously, as you know what I mean, free. It was inside the magazine, and has so much use out of the stamps from here. So that was a good buy, a nice magazine to buy. If I could find the magazine, I'd actually tell you what the name of it was, but I'm not advertising for them. So anyway, what I always do when I'm stamping as well, not so much with this because I'm just stamping the greeting, but when I'm actually stamping something I'm going to colour in and emboss, I always use one of these little bags which has got something akin to talcum powder in it. And I just tap it all over where I'm going to actually stamp, because we all have greasy hands from time to time, and I just keep it in a little plastic box which I got from Action, which was next to nothing, and it keeps it from getting any moisture in it. And so anyway, I pop my card on there, in this case I don't need two magnets on it, but I will do that for the sake of this video. I've already ascertained where I'm going to put my stamp, my picture, and I've just managed to get ink all over the back of my, excuse me when I just get a tissue. So I've just managed to put ink all over that. And I don't want it on my cards because I managed to lean it on my stays on pad. So just, as you can see, these things wipe off very easily with a handy baby wipe. So I just put my cards in, tap lightly on my stamp, and I know it's in exactly the right position because I positioned it to begin with, and just press down lightly, and there it is. Now I didn't do that too heavily, that one, because I can show you that if I want it a little bit darker, just ink up my pad again, my stamp again, and pop it down and press it lightly again. So there we go, Happy Holidays, beautifully stamped. As I say, I didn't actually, in this instance, I didn't need the talcum type of bag on there, because I'm not actually putting embossing powder on it, so it's not going to stick to it anywhere. It's only just, this is just stays on ink. But as you can see, I can do this very quickly. I know exactly it's going to be in exactly the right space each time that I do it. And so pop that on there. Yet again, light tapping. Make sure it's saturated. Also, just be careful. Make sure before you pop it down, make sure you got it the right way up. It's very easy because you can actually see the stamp through the plate. Press it down, and hey presto, it's done. So that's all of the cards that I've got that way. And then I had realised I'd done a couple of my cards, which were some actual die cuts I've done, and they are that way on. So I need to put that in there. So I'll show you how I reposition. So I'm going to put the card in that way, pop that there, and in actual fact, if I now, no, that's not going to work. So I need to reposition my stamp. So I'm just going to take the stamp off, wipe it first of all, so I don't get ink all over my card. Decide roughly where I want it. So I'm going to pop it there, and then I put my pad on top, press down to pick up the stamp. As you probably can see, it's put a slight mark there where it was because I didn't clean it particularly well, but it doesn't matter because it's going to go down in exactly the same space. And also make sure I've got my card the right way up. Yes, I have. And this time I'm going to be putting the stamp upside down because I'm going the other way round. So there we go. Perfectly stamped. Happy holidays. And as you can see, it's the right way round. And then the last one, which is the same way around, slightly different. It's a little Christmas tree with some just watercolour background for it to sit on. Pop that on there because I know it will keep that in exactly the same place each time. And hey presto, upside down again. Keep it in the same way. Cross it down. Perfect actual image. There we go. So I have done all these stamping in a matter of moments. It was a complete batch go. Pop that back on there. Just wipe off my stamp. Whoops. And then you can clean your pad. I actually find these pads, the plates rather, do get a bit mucky because I get glue and all sorts over them, but they wipe off quite clean. And if you really wanted to go to town, you can just pop them in your sink and give them a good clean with some stays on cleaner or anything like that, just to get the muck off them. So there we go, and it stores nicely. And the reason I like this particular precision plate is because the actual lid comes off. A lot of them you'll find that they are hinged, the other side they'll be hinged like that, so you have to have it open and then closed. Whereas this, you've got nothing in the way, and so you can actually put it down where you want, and you can move it round. So like I had that stamp, it was the wrong way round, I just move it round and it's in the perfect position for me. So that's what I like about it, and it's very neat and easy. And the fact that two sides are open means you can actually put A4 card in, or any other side, A3, any size card in there, because you can tuck it into this corner. As I say, you don't need to put a piece of paper on there. I need just to do that just to keep the rubber mat from getting soiled and making the backs of my cards dirty. So there we go. That's my We Are Memory Keepers precision plate. And as I say, it comes with everything you need to buy it from, and to go with it, and the two magnets, which, as I say, I do recommend. I've put washi tape on these, just cover them in washi tape, and I've had this for ages, and I use it regularly, and still got the original washi tape on it, so it's not doing too badly. So I hope you enjoyed that little way of making some batch cards. As I say, whoops, these cards here with the Happy Christmas on, and the poinsettia, I just stamped probably 2 or 3 at a time, sprinkled them with embossing powder, put them somewhere so they couldn't touch each other, and then just heat set them 3 or 4 at a time. So, but as I say, very short little video. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you another time. Okay, cheers now. Bye bye.